is Jalen Anthony Rose.
What up, dog?
I'm David Jacoby.
And on the cool check-in.
Together we're Jalen Jacoby. What is it that we do?
We get the people.
Yes. Yes.
They
Yes.
want.
Jalen, it's a very special edition of Jalen and Jacoby. This is our Thanksgiving special. And we always start the show by saying we give the people what they want.
Yes, sir.
So we are truly, literally going to give the people what they want. What we have done is we have reached out to our audience, and we've got an exclusively audience-driven show for this Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is all about having the family involved, and the audience is our family.
And the great thing about our audience, they've been with us for almost 9 years.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the fact that we're taking their IG posts, their tweets, and we're adding them to a nationally televised program on Thanksgiving.
It's time for Thanksgiving-themed Soft Move or Boss Move. First, soft move or boss move question is one that's very close to me in my experience on Thanksgiving. It comes from Shameless James, and his question is, here it is, going out to a restaurant on Thanksgiving, soft move or boss move? Jalen, we talked about before, you know this is how I have revolutionized the holiday. I will be going to a restaurant, not just this Thanksgiving, every Thanksgiving that I'm allowed to. I love the restaurant experience. No cleaning, no leftovers, no cooking, light work.
It's so rich. It's a soft move.
It's a boss move. It's a boss move.
The number one thing about family is the opportunity to fellowship with them. Mm-hmm. In potluck fashion, it's classic. Everybody cooks their favorite dish. They bring it to the house. They set it in the kitchen.
Yep.
Some of them have Tupperware. Some of them have foil.
Yep.
Have different, just a smorgasbord of food.
Yeah.
The best of the best the family has to offer.
And then here's what you gotta do. They bring their favorite dish, and then you gotta clean it later because you didn't cook it. And also all that Tupperware, you gotta find a place for it in the fridge. The fridge is already full. We got all these leftovers, your whole smorgasbord filling up the fridge. No, thank you.
No. You
No.
leaving out something
Don't
very
point at me like that.
important.
Don't point at me like that,
You're leaving
Jalen.
something very important.
Stop pointing at me. You're triggering me.
When you go to a restaurant, you don't have leftovers.
I don't like leftovers.
And I'm gonna tell you,
I mean Chinese
turkey,
food on Friday.
the day after Thanksgiving
Moving
is
on.
the best.
The next is from Duncan Pinderhughes. What a name. Duncan Pinderhughes. He gets buckets, I can tell. Duncan Pinderhughes said this. He said, not eating all day until Thanksgiving dinner, soft move or boss move.
Oh, that's a boss move.
See,
I've been there.
that's always the
I've been there.
plan. That's always the plan. But the smell of the food, you know what I mean? I just get hungry. I always don't want to eat until dinner, but I get hungry in the morning.
Here's what you got to do.
What's that?
Beverages.
Ooh.
That's what you're missing.
What time on Thanksgiving is the first adult beverage?
So earlier in the day, you go lighter. You may go mimosa or something like that. Then as the day progresses, depending on your personal choices, you might get you a little sangria. Some people like beer.
Yep.
You ease
The football
into
game's
it.
on. Yeah.
Absolutely. The Lions are on. Roar! And then once they kick off, then it's time to go hard. Whether you go a little Tito's or whether you like something a little dark, however you like it.
Moving on, the next question is from our guy, associate producer. We honor him as associate producer. Big Crown. Big Crown.
The greatest male character in history.
He said this, soft move, boss move, dipping turkey in barbecue sauce.
Soft move.
I've never done this in my life.
Soft move.
You know what? Turkey needs something because it's bad. Turkey does not taste good. So you gotta put gravy on it. Maybe I'll try barbecue sauce. Maybe I'll try hot sauce. I'm gonna try to revolutionize it this year.
Hey, let me tell you what I'm not gonna stand for. This turkey slander.
It's not good.
Of yours.
It doesn't taste good.
I'm
Turkey
not
doesn't
gonna.
taste good.
You ever had deep fried turkey?
Yes.
It's excellent.
No.
Now, I don't like white meat. I like only the dark meat. But this turkey slander that you have.
I don't like turkey. There's a reason we only roast a turkey once a year. There's a reason. If it was so good, how come we don't eat it at other times of the year? Seriously, how come it's not on our plate? It's only on our plate
it takes
one day a year.
so much time
How many times
to
have you
prepare.
gone to a restaurant and said, you know what, I'd like some roast turkey, please?
I get turkey sandwiches when I go places.
That's different. Though that is different. Turkey sandwiches are different than an actual turkey slice on your plate. There's a reason you only do it once a year because
You
it's
do
not
it
good.
once
Turkey is
a year
trash. You don't even
because
like it.
you only put up a Christmas tree once a year.
Next one is that is a ridiculous argument. I'm just going to disregard that comment. Next one is from the Eradicator. Eradicator 919 said this: bringing store-bought pre-made sides or desserts to Thanksgiving dinner, soft move or boss?
Soft move. You kicked out of the family.
What?
Kicked out of the family.
Kicked out of the family?
Kicked out of the family. Don't bring me no store-bought desserts. Come on, man.
What?
This is why you don't go to a restaurant. This is my point exactly. You have your aunt that makes the dessert. You have your uncle that makes the mac and cheese. You have grandma that makes the turkey. You have everybody that does their favorite thing.
And you got Jalen that makes the money. I understand how it works. I understand how this works. You're kicking people out the family. Look at you, Jalen. So there's a new twist on Thanksgiving dinner this year. There's a company called Kiva Confections. And what they have done is they have cannabis-infused gravy. Cannabis-infused gravy, soft move or boss move.
As long as everybody knows what it is, you can't be surprising nobody after the fact. I don't like those type of surprises.
Yeah, but there's kids at the table. It's a soft move.
No.
There's kids at the table, man. We're gonna child-proof it.
Well, this is the boss move. Let me tell you why. It's kids at the table. Guess what else you're doing? You're drinking. That don't mean that they're gonna go grab a beverage. No, it's responsibility there. This is the one with cannabis. You label it, and then the adults get a chance to participate. Kids stay away from that. You ever heard those terms, do as I say, not as I do? You ever heard the term, don't speak when grown folks are talking? That falls along the category of this.
In most families, there's always like 3 or 4 cousins that just happen to go for a walk like an hour before Thanksgiving
you know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
If you're a parent and you got teenagers and they're going for a walk before Thanksgiving dinner, you know what's happening.
But here's
what time it is.
But here's what I got to tell them.
What?
Just because you're outside smoking, it doesn't mean that we can't smell it when you come back in the house.
Come on. Okay. So Thanksgiving is all about involving family, getting family together.
Yes.
So what we've done is we've involved our family. And our brother, Marcus Spears, he called in the show and he left us a special soft move or boss move for Thanksgiving. Let's check in on Mr. Spears.
Yo, brothers. Quick, man. Soft move or boss move. I had to get this in for the holiday edition. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. I hope you and your family celebrate, have good times. Quick question, though. Oh, Cove, I know you going to a restaurant, so you don't have a good time. J. Rose, you have a great time doing Thanksgiving the right way. Anyway, soft move or boss move. When you done ate all that good eating and you at somebody's house, do you do the number 2 and blow up the spot? Or do you remove yourself? Or do you do it and then just stay in there and wait till the smell go away? I'll hang up and listen. Soft move, boss move. Peace. Happy Thanksgiving, man.
For some reason, Jalen Rose loves it when we talk about the bathroom. So the floor is yours. I know this is your favorite topic.
So during Thanksgiving, you have certain members of the family that you know that's going to just blow up the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because you know their habits. They're a part of your family.
Of course.
So here's what I suggest.
What's that, Mr. Rose?
You use the bathroom that isn't the main one.
If you got more than one bathroom in the home, you've got to have one that's identified as more of like a public restroom, and then one that's kind of like this one's mine.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think that's the street.
That's how you do it. And you gotta have some spray. Like rest in peace, John Witherspoon. You gotta have the spray like Pops and Friday.
Jalen, I'm gonna say this. You know, there's certain like NBA teams that have great road records. I'm great on the road. My away games, I'm undefeated. I travel really well. Jalen, we're going to continue with this very special Thanksgiving edition of Jalen and Jacoby. Next, it is cultural or regional Thanksgiving themed.
Do you think it's cultural or regional when you're at somebody's house and you have to do that number 2, you take both of your legs out of your pants?
Just go to break. Coming to you live from Pier 17 in the South Street Seaport District of Manhattan and brought to you by Heineken. Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby, a very special edition of Jalen and Jacoby's our Thanksgiving special. Jalen, we've got some signature segments, so we put a Thanksgiving twist on these signature segments. We always say we give the people what they want, so we listen to the people. These are questions from our audience, and this is a very special version of cultural or regional. Let's go! Jalen, cultural regional needs no explanation. Are you ready to go?
Let's get it.
Okay. First up, we have a cultural regional question from Chip Schilling. Cultural regional, calling that iconic dish dressing or stuffing. Cultural regional, calling stuffing dressing or dressing stuffing.
That's cultural. Definitely that's cultural. I call it stuffing.
I call it stuffing. It is stuffing. It has never been called anything else than stuffing. It's only stuffing.
Okay. Do you think it's generational? Think it's medicinal?
I think it's regional. I think it's
Yeah,
regional.
it's regional.
I think it's regional.
It's regional.
Because I've just never heard it called dressing until we started
Dressing is
talking
too
about
professional.
this. It does. Dressing, put on a salad.
Yeah.
I'm not putting stuffing on a salad.
Right, yeah.
Let's not get this confused. Also, don't put a salad on my Thanksgiving table. I'm not touching that. Next, we have this one from
Well, you going to a restaurant.
from Saginaw. I can't say this person's name. N Saginaw. Sorry about that. Using paper or plastic plates and cups for Thanksgiving dinner for easy cleanup. See, cultural or regional, using paper or plastic plates.
This is tough. You know what? I'm going to say this one is generational.
Generational.
Because one of the things that happen in my culture is you have that one room a lot of times with the plastic on the furniture. It's almost like a museum.
Yeah.
That you never sit
It's
in
like
there.
an art exhibit
No
instead
doubt.
of a
You
room.
just walk
Yeah.
past, it's just like a museum. Same thing with the great plates and the great china.
Yeah, yeah.
You use them on occasions like this.
So I'm going to say that this is generational as well. But I also say this is paper plates ain't working. Paper plates are not getting the job done with the gravy. You know the paper plates that gets all soggy. You start getting a little paper in your food. Like, no. We got to go plastic plates. And also, it's Thanksgiving. Step it up. Get the expensive ones. You know, like those nice looking plastic plates. Those are the ones that you get for Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
I would say that. Moving on. Next, this is from Mark Chavez. Mark Chavez has a question. It is cultural or regional? Kids eating in the living room with TV trays.
Oh no, this is definitely cultural. No trays. What's a TV tray?
TV tray is like a little tiny, little stand that you eat food on as you sit on the couch and watch TV.
I thought a TV tray is something you put a television on top
No,
of.
sir.
Oh,
No,
this
sir.
is definitely cultural.
No, sir. I'm gonna say cultural on this
No,
one
no
too.
trays.
Do you have a kids' table at your Thanksgiving?
Yeah, gotta have a kids' table.
I like it everybody at the same table.
I like everybody at the same table too. The problem is everybody can't always sit at the same table,
Yeah,
David.
yeah.
What do you mean? What are you saying? There's a kids' card table. There's an adults' card table. There's the spades table right here. Got the kids playing their games right
How
there.
old until you graduate from the kids' table to the grown-up table?
Like 13.
I think you gotta have a job. I think
Like
you have to have
13.
you have to have
Like
a job.
13.
Yeah, you have to have a job. Then
Like
you can sit
about
at the adults
13.
table.
And I'm really good at spades. Spades, bid, whist, tunk.
Moving on. This one is from Jimmy. Jimmy, putting raisins in your stuffing, is that cultural or regional?
I don't like raisins like that. I don't love stuffing either.
What?
It's okay. Depends
What?
on who makes it.
Oh, stuffing's good.
Depends on
Stuffing's
who
the
makes it.
only, you know what? Stuffing and mac and cheese are the only things that I'm really excited about on Thanksgiving.
Really?
I'm not excited about the turkey. I'm not excited about the potatoes. I'm not excited about sweet potatoes. I don't want yams. I don't want green beans. I don't want any of that. The only things I'm really excited about are mac and cheese and stuffing.
So, how about this? Cultural or regional? Chitlins.
Cultural and regional, both.
Yes.
Both. Cultural and
I
regional.
never forget so many times coming in the house 3-4 days before Thanksgiving and just smelling them. I'm like, what is that? Like intestines? From what? A pig? Oh no, I'm out. I'm out.
No.
I'm out. And my mom to this day still makes some for my grandma.
Really?
Yes, indeed.
You know that your Thanksgiving is proper when people are preparing stuff 4 days ahead of time. I mean, I thought it was impressive when my wife started cooking the day before, like that Wednesday. But were you working on it like Monday?
Yeah, you got to start
Oh,
prepping.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And you got the nerve to go to a restaurant. You just,
I'm going to a restaurant.
So
I'm
lazy.
definitely going to a restaurant. I am lazy. I'm going to be so happy when I come home and don't have to.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Are you ready for this? Mm-hmm. You probably should just go to the restaurant and send the kids to come eat with us.
I would
they
love
need to
that.
have a regular
I would love
family
that.
experience.
Next is from Jeriel Colvin. Jeriel Colvin, simple question. Collard greens, regional or cultural?
International.
No.
International.
Collard greens are not
I
international.
want international. If you
No,
don't, if
you're
you
just
don't,
making stuff up at this point. You are just making up categories
why.
at this point.
Here's why.
International's never been a question.
here's
Never
why.
been an option.
If you don't support collard greens, you don't have a pulse.
I'm going to say that collard greens are regional. They're regional. You go to Thanksgiving in California, there's not going to be any collard greens around.
They're
You
regional.
go to Thanksgiving in Maine, there's not going to be any collard greens.
Well, I disagree with
They're
you.
regional.
I
Collard
disagree
greens are they're like a southern
I
food.
gotta stand up for the West Coast. I disagree with you. Greens seem to be readily available at all times for me. Wherever I am.
Wherever you are?
Wherever I am. See, I do collard greens, you do spinach.
No. I'm not doing spinach. I'm not eating anything healthy. Collard greens is the closest thing to healthy that I'm gonna have on Thanksgiving, and I like the collard greens with lots of pork. Lots of pork in there.
Lots of pork.
Lots of
No
pork in
doubt.
there.
Chunks.
It's like a meat dish for me.
Chunks.
It's like a meat dish.
Chunks.
For sure. I remember I was at Trick Daddy's house and he was cooking collard greens. I was like, what are you putting in there? He goes, Georgia meat. Didn't ask any follow-up questions. It's like, all right. Finally, we have this. It's Thanksgiving. You know, people are getting into the spirit. And on Sunday, a Bears fan smuggled in an entire pumpkin pie with whipped cream into Soldier Field and ate it right there in the field. Soft mover ball, cultural regional, sneaking in pumpkin pie to a game.
I'll say that's regional.
Yeah. That does sound like something. Would you do that?
That's more
You're
Midwest
from the Midwest
and down south.
Would you do that? You're from the Midwest.
Yeah, I'll sneak something into an
Let's
event.
take a look. Let's take a look.
Anytime.
Let's take a look. Oh,
Oh,
there I am.
yes. I
Yeah,
would
there I
definitely
am
do
with the
that.
full pie.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
Yeah, with the full pie.
No doubt. I'll sneak stuff into the movies. Man, I grew up going to the drive-in.
Oh, I
Okay,
will-
you take the whole kitchen and put it in the car.
I will get a full meal, entree, sides, all of that into the movies.
Jacoby.
All of that.
Jacoby.
All of that.
Put human beings in the trunk and drive through. Okay, to get
Pop
them
the
in
trunk
free,
production.
no question. You had the entire refrigerator in the car watching the movies.
Here's a question: is pumpkin pie cultural or regional?
It's got to be cultural.
I think it is.
That's cultural.
I think there's a reason.
Sweet potato. So the comparison is sweet potato pie,
Yes,
right?
yes, that's the culture. That's the cultural aspect of it.
Right.
I'm gonna say this: there's a reason that we only eat pumpkin pie once a year. There's a reason that we only roast a turkey once a year because they're trash foods.
Well, I like
They're bad
I like
foods.
sweet potato pie. I don't like
I
pumpkin
don't like
pie.
pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie. I don't like pie. I don't like apple pie. I don't like cherry pie.
You don't like pie?
No, I don't like pie.
I love pie.
I don't like pie.
I love pie.
No.
You gotta warm it up. Put a little. Come on, man. Seriously?
No.
Come on with some ice cream.
I like ice cream.
Come on, man.
No
All
pie.
day.
No pie.
Wow.
No pie.
So let me ask
No,
you a
thank you.
different question. Is it because it gets in the way of your beverages?
No.
Because sometimes for everybody eating on Thanksgiving, remember, what you consume is going down one it's all going in the same mouth. So when you're drinking light or dark or whatever, that don't necessarily go well with sweets.
You know what?
So I maybe
You know what?
thought that you was
You know what?
didn't
My
eat
kids
sweets
aren't.
because of your
going to
drinks.
your house. My kids aren't going to your house. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep it. When we come back, we have a very hot topic that is Thanksgiving themed. This is gonna be a debate. Ooh. Stick around. Find out what it is. Welcome back to Jalen Jacoby's Thanksgiving special show. Jalen, sometimes people have opinions that make me so passionate I need to control myself. This is the Don't Get Fired topic of the day.
Wow.
And now, the Don't Get Fired topic of the day.
So there's a thing on Twitter, people have been having controversial food opinions, but none is more controversial and wrong, frankly, than this of Mark Lamont Hill. He tweeted,
Oh, that's my guy from CNN.
macaroni and cheese is wildly overrated.
What?
I don't care how well your mom, grandma makes it. It's baked noodles and cheese, and it's not that good. Fight me. Listen. This man needs to come to my home and try my wife's macaroni and cheese. It is the best macaroni and cheese not only I've ever had, I can confidently say into this microphone, in front of this camera, is the best mac and cheese on the planet. It's undefeated.
I'm a fan of his work. He's a terrific commentator,
He lost his mind.
political activist.
He lost his mind.
But Mark Lamont Hill, you tripping.
You're crazy for
You're
this
tripping.
one.
It's
You're crazy for this
so
one.
many ways to go with mac and cheese to make it so
yeah.
beautiful.
You know what I love about it? You know what I love about the mac and cheese? It's really crispy on top.
Yes.
And gooey on the
Yes.
bottom. And when you look at the pan when it
Burned
comes
a
out of the
little
oven,
bit.
it's bubbling like
Yes.
lava.
Yes.
Just cheese is just
Yes.
bubbling up like
Yes.
that. My wife puts 6 different cheeses in the mac and cheese.
Yes.
6 different cheeses. I need to help
Yes.
her shred the cheese.
Yes.
There's just blocks of cheese all over
That's
the
like
kitchen.
when LeBron went to Miami.
Yeah.
Not one, not two, not three,
Exactly.
not four.
6 different mac and cheeses. Also, Jalen Rose.
Wow.
You know what I love about mac and cheese? You know what I love? Some people talk about the taste of food too much. The texture. There's something I love called crunch and mush. Crunch and mush. You get the nice mushy bottom with that crispy burnt. I want those little black
gotta be
dots on
burned,
top
yeah.
of the mac and cheese.
And Mark,
so good.
what is wrong with noodles?
Come on, Mark.
What is wrong with
He's like,
cheese?
it's noodles and cheese. Yeah, Mark.
Noodles are good.
Yeah, cheese is good. It's called macaroni and cheese. Put 2 good things together. Mark, you're wrong for this one. He's trolling. He just trolling. He knew that was going to happen. Jalen, as we come to the end of the show, it's the holiday season. We have to say what we're thankful for. I want to say I'm thankful for the staff of our program. They work very hard on this show. A lot happens behind the scenes that you don't see. What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for my family, my friends, and my loved ones. But I'm also really thankful that my mother and my older brother, both dealing with cancer currently and undergoing chemotherapy, are doing terrific.
Big shout to Jeannie Rose. Special Thanksgiving at the Rose household.
Shout to Bill Rose and the rest of my family. The fight is real, and it don't stop.
I also want to say I'm thankful for Lester and Quinones' thighs. Rest up, Lester. Once you get better, I want to see you back out there.
I'm thankful that Juwan's coaching at Michigan.
And I'm thankful for LaMelo Ball and all the highlights from Australia.
I'm thankful for the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy and its sponsors like Jeep and Puma and Platinum Equity.
I'm also thankful for my family.